He's the eldest of the brothers, and Ari is a younger brother.
It was Ari. He had all the power over the family because he was a very wealthy man.
When our forefathers came to Western Shores, they didn't leave all their cultural hang-ups and all their baggage. Their culture came with them. It was part of it.
For a lot of immigrant men, coming over to a Western country involves quite a drop in status.
You know, Mahmud and Ari Mahmud, well, they were tribal people. It's harder for the men and the boys to give up what was their primacy in their home culture. And so the men take refuge in what are established cultural mores for them.
And this can lead to a kind of intensification of this need to retrieve some kind of dignity from keeping control of their sisters, of their wives.
Bekal wanted to live life like any teenager. But soon she ran into trouble with her father.
I wasn't allowed to have my nails long. I wasn't allowed to pluck my eyebrows. You know, perfume, all of those kind of things.
Women have much more autonomy here. Women deal with that well because, of course, it gives them something they've not had before. But for the men, it's much harder because the women who would unquestionably obey them in the past perhaps don't have that attitude in the same way. And certainly for the generation growing up, it's much more difficult because all their friends, what they see on the television, all cultural influences tend to suggest they should have autonomy and the power to make their own decisions. And then, of course, their family structures are the opposite of that.
I was getting a lot of beatings, I have to say. It was a lot of nasty beatings, you know. I left home when I left several times, but the first time I think I left, I was just under 16.
Mahmoud had tried unsuccessfully to persuade her to come back to the family home. He was seen to lose face within the community because he couldn't control what his daughters were doing.
I don't think we really understand, as Westerners, what it's like to have a big collective family, to have a family name, to have a family reputation. We're a very individualistic society. The family name is like a brand.
And it's about your reputation. It's literally about your face, how you are perceived by others.
If they have a woman that doesn't conform, then that is going to impact upon them. They might be cut out of the economic life of the community. They might not be able to shop, they might not be able to trade, because their behaviour reflects not upon themselves, but upon everyone around them, upon the whole collective, the whole family, the whole community.
In 2002, the family tried to restore its honour.
When I left home, I still kept in contact with my brother. I would call him every now and then. And I remember this particular time when I called him, he was very persuasive. He was very, adamant that he wanted to meet me.
He lured her to a remote location and he got her to carry a suitcase, walk along that path in front of me, don't turn around, don't look at what I'm doing.
And he just hit me over the head with a dumbbell, a single arm weight. He put his arm around my neck, lifting me off my feet almost. Me panicking, I started moving around, trying to get myself free from him. I bit his arm in the bend of his arm, and he let go, and then I dropped to the floor. He's trying to drag me by my feet on my back, and I kicked on his knee, and he let go of me, and I stopped him. I said to him, look what you're doing. You're actually trying to kill me. And I'm saying this, screaming it out to him, and he stopped for a minute and he started crying like a woman, really, really crying. And he said, I'm really sorry, but I'm the big boy, I'm the big man after my dad. I have to do this, put a shame to an end. That is exactly his words, actually. And he told me that my dad actually paid him. My dad paid him to do this to me. His plan was basically to kill me. So he had to take care of me, try and get rid of me, the problem.
Bekal did not report her brother and went into hiding.
So all of this was going on in the background before before Banaz and what happened to her.
At the age of 17, Banaz was married. His name was Ali.
It was an arranged marriage, a man that she'd only ever met on one previous occasion. And he was literally just off the plane from Iraq.
They had absolutely nothing in common.
He was illiterate and very strongly adherent to that Kurdish culture, so what she would describe as very old-fashioned.
These societies are traditionally patrilocal. When a woman is married, she moves in to the household of her husband, to the household of her husband's father, and that she lives there with the relatives of her husband, that she's, in fact, quite isolated from her own family. There is a kind of pride in arranging good marriages, which may not be good marriages in the quality of the relationship, but are good marriages in that they build the status of the family. And that's why she has to behave herself that represents her family, that keeps that relationship between the two families strong.
Have a seat where it's comfy for you.
After 2 years of marriage, in 2005, Banaz went to the police.
Well, good morning, Banaz. Good morning.
She said she wanted to make a report about the way her husband had been treating her.
So describe your relationship then from the very early stages through to when things started to go wrong for you.
He was just like he was thinking like in 50 years back, like he was a strict husband. Whenever he wanted to have sex, it was just his way, always his way. Like whenever I said no, or he wouldn't take no for an answer, and he would just start raping me and doing what he liked to do. I tried to stop him, but he would slap me or hit me on the back or just pull me by the hair. I just started to like cover my body, like hold on like that. That's it. That's when he said to me he would kill me if I said anything to anyone. I would get out of the bedroom, go to the bathroom. I cried a lot, but when I came out, he just acted like nothing has happened. And I was just 17 there. And some of the times it was in the living room that he raped me, or in the bedroom. I didn't know if this was normal in my culture or in here. I was only 17, so I just let him do what he liked. Whenever he raped me, it was like I was his shoe and he would wear it just whenever he felt like it. Ali had told me to, if anyone had seen me, just tell them that you fell in the bathroom.